front line. I can see it. Like, so I have a girl come in at like right about this time on Tuesday, Thursday. So when she comes in, it gets a little cray cray, but I'm here until then.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Yes, I love it. Share with us a little bit about so welcome to your Diamond Development Mastermind group. Where we can mastermind about what we're doing, even little nuggets, if we can just, sometimes it's just one little change or, that we can adjust in order to even propel our business even further. That's my intention here and to, complete the homework together. And also this time around, I do want to talk about referrals, how everybody's doing referrals. Was it you, Rick, that you have the awesome, you and your wife, right? The awesome referrals? Yes? Okay, okay. All right. But before we go into that, I would love to hear your update since we
Sorry, I
left.
was muted.
Oh no, it's okay. I read your lips. Um, Heather, I would love to hear the update since we last talked. You got your club going, you're creating your own vibe, your own team, your own culture, how's that going?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Happy September 2025. Yeah, things are great. Learning and growing every day, always. Mama of two very young ones. And I feel like my G Hub is like a third child, under basically three. Oh, and people are coming in right now. Hello.
Yeah, I love it. I appreciate her jumping on even though she has a lot of stuff going on in her nutrition club. A
For
for
sure.
A for effort. All right. So, Rick, right now, when it comes to like the referrals, right? The referral program, I feel in mine and my wife's business, there was never a solid referral, like this is our referral flow. There was never anything created like that. We were just built off of excitement, hard work, and just like recruiting, getting clients over and over and over. And I feel when my wife came into the business, because I was in the business in 2010 in December, and then she came in 2012 around February, March. And that's when she was like noticing, where are your clients going? you know, like
Right.
so that's when she started to like really be, like show me like what it looked like to be a white glove service. But that was just her authentically just wanting to help our client, but there was never a really flow, especially referral. So 15 years later, there's still, it's like, oh, well, bring your friends, but there was never really like something like solid that we can duplicate. And then recently, there's still not one.
Okay.
15 years later, there's still not one. But there's, we've been using the We Do transformations, and with their flow, it's like more of like when you sign the person up, you say, oh, it's always more fun when you do it with someone, like you can have more accountability. So it's just kind of like we say that, but it's not something that we are like it's written down, it's a flow, it's like the importance of it. So I just want to share with you that where we're at when it comes to
Hmm.
referrals. So when we have people coming to the fit camp or do the nutrition club, then that's when we see, oh, you brought a friend. Okay, like you help them out. But that's where we're at. And I would love to, get more of like the
Our flow.
yes, please.
Um, so a quick question, when somebody comes to a fit camp, or are you then, and then they're interested in purchasing products, are you sitting down with them in person, or is it more, say, over Zoom like this?
Okay, so since we've been utilizing the We Do transformation flow,
Hmm.
we inside the app, there's Brian Mark. He's,
Yep.
you know,
Okay.
okay. So
Yep.
Brian Mark taught that to do a script. He has a script.
Hmm.
It's a really powerful script, and we just do it over the phone because everything that we're doing, we're trying to see like, okay, can a new person do this? And
Right.
so
Yep.
all we do is read it, and then we do a program that's, 177, which is the large protein, and then the large in the Formula One.
Hmm. So what we do that might be just a little bit different because I'm familiar, we have people that utilize the we do, so I'm familiar with the flow there. But we do what we try to lead with, whether it's putting it, whether people want to get into the we do's or just a weight loss program. I mean, we've had people done marathons. Is we've really focused on this calendar year, I'll say, is doing a wellness evaluation. So a profile, wellness profile, whatever you want to call it, right? Just sitting down, getting your goals, and then figuring out how we can offer a solution to whatever it is, right? So we ask you three questions. You want to lose weight, gain weight, stay the same? What do you eat for breakfast? And how's your energy level? So we ask those three questions no matter what program we're going to put them in, just to kind of get a little conversation going. And if you think about those three questions, we can probably offer something in Herbalife that will match with what they do. Typically, we find most people don't eat breakfast. Um, and then we call it the magic numbers, the protein we just use Herbalife's quick protein calculator to get their BMI and their protein level.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we do that, this is where we ask for referrals first. Because what we found initially was after people purchased, like we were really good at selling a program or using We Do, and they have to buy a minimum program, right? We do weight loss challenge. You have to purchase a minimum program to get in. So people would do that, no problem. But when you ask for referrals there for the first time, well, I bought something. I don't know if I want to give you my friends because I spent 150 bucks and I'm not sure. So what we do is I ask you those three questions and I give you your magic numbers. And it's and then I kind of go through a little bit what you don't eat breakfast. Well, we can help with that. Here's the importance of breakfast and why you're not hitting your protein numbers because you're starting your day at zero, and you can see how that would flow. But then I immediately ask you right there, do you find this information useful? And I do this, right? I train this. Do you find this information useful? I smile and nod. They typically say yes. Great. What we're trying to do is get out into the community and make people aware of these health numbers. So we could really use your help if you could give me a list of people that you think would find the same information useful. That's all I'm asking, just that I can present these numbers to them and get their information. Now, if we're in person, we have a little sheet that we use. We call it our profile sheet. If I'm in person, like Heather right now at a club, I flip it over and I say, most people give me 25. But if you even get to 10, I'll give you a protein bar or a lift off. We kind of give a little gift.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll give you a protein bar, a lift off, whatever. But we always say most people get us 25. I actually have 25 lines on the back of the sheet. And I flip it over and I walk away. And I might go get the protein bar or the lift off, or that's why I asked if you do, because I think you do this in person any place you are. Just have some kind of walk away, pretend you're busy, do something, and just watch them. You'll see them kind of writing a little bit or whatever, come over and they're at 12. Oh my gosh, but I know you have more. Why don't we get out your phone and look through your contacts? I know you can get to that 25, and make it fun and lighthearted. But we've seen that it helps to do it this way first because I'm not asking you for referrals after you just spend some money with me.
Mm,
I'm just saying I want to get in the community to help the community get healthier, and we'd love to share this information with as many people as we can. So would you be willing to help us out? People like to help, right?
yeah.
Technically, you're probably assuming I'm going to ask you to buy something at some point, but technically right now I haven't yet, right? I want to get these numbers out. And the people that do the best with it make it very light and, depending on how well you know them too, they'd be like, "Hey, Heather, get out your phone. Come on. I know you have people in your phone that would like, you can, use your personality. Don't make it so rigid of, okay, I need some referrals. Please write this down." And we found that this really does help. And then we do have in place multiple times. After that day 3 check-in, I'm going to ask again. Are you loving the program? Are you loving what you get? Yes. And then constantly as they're getting results, if day 14, end of the month, you lost 6 pounds this month. Congratulations. Are you loving the program? Who else do you know that might, or who's noticing? Who else do you know that might need to lose some weight or gain some weight or like the we do transform, but we always put it back to the question of, are you loving the we do's? Are you loving the program you're on? Are you happy with your results? And getting them to answer yes first, I think is a huge key. It's what my wife Tammy, when I say we built up a whole binder of we built our entire business on referrals out of our club. She had a binder of people that we never even called because she couldn't do that many. But it was always getting those yeses first. Are you liking this? Do you like this? Do you have any questions? Are you happy with your result? If they're not happy with the results yet, I'm not going to ask you. All right, we really need to focus in on, let's get, over the next 2 weeks, let's make sure we really get dialed into your program and get a good result, whatever that might be. Okay, you lost 3 pounds. How are you feeling now? Great. Can you think of somebody else that might like to feel that great too? So are you feeling great? Yes. Okay. Who else that wants to feel that great? Not give me some referrals to buy some programs. Does that make sense? I don't know if,
Yeah.
hopefully this is helpful. I think it is those subtle differences, the way you ask are really, really important. And like I said, I feel like my wife was always very good at getting them, but for the masses of distributors, simplifying and asking before they even buy anything has been it makes the distributor more comfortable asking. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah.
for some reason, asking for referrals is like, people just kind of freak out and don't want to do it. So we tried to lighten it where I'm just giving you some good health information, right? And do the nod. Yes. Okay, great. Who else do you know that might find this information useful? Looking to get out in the community, would you help me? People like to help, right? Would you do me a favor? And we want to get in the community, kind of put it on them that way. And then we do put the number on it. Most people give us 25. We have people that our goal as a team, we want to average 10. So our distributors know on average, if you do 20 presentations in a month, our goal is that you get 200 referrals. Because, some people will give you 30, some people are going to give you 2, right? But that's kind of how the standard we set for our team is, as you get rolling, we want to average 10 referrals per presentation. So if you did 10 presentations, we want to try to get 100 referrals out of those 10.
Because even if they say no, they still gave you the referrals.
Right, because I'm asking you for the referrals about the information.
Yeah.
So it's not tied to you purchasing something, it's just the information I'm giving you. If you find it useful, and we do say we want to get this into our community as much as we can to try to help people just understand their health information. So I'd love for you to help me out and get this in front of as many people as I can. Now we do it over Zoom also. It's more effective in person when you can walk away. They kind of feel obligated. They're sitting there by themselves with a pen because we literally give them the paper and a pen and we put it down in front of them. So that does work better than on Zoom.
Yeah.
But we do the same process, and like I might shut my video off, pretend I walk. Hey, I gotta go check on something. I'll be back in 5 minutes, and I'll shut my video off and mute myself and just kind of walk away and leave you on the screen.
Yeah.
Um, and we do get them that way. It is less for sure. And then with the gift, sometimes we'll do shaker cup. People will tier it. Like if you give me 25, I'll give you a mega tea kit. And literally have it right there. If you're in person, have it right there. We have people that do really well with that too, and will get 20 or 25. But we also set that standard of how many we want with our distributors. So they know that's why we ask for 25. So that way, if you get 10, you're hitting the number we're trying to hit. And then we take it a step further. That's how we recruit that. With multi-burn, we've just started the same kind of thing where if you send me 5 people that actually buy at least a month of multi-burn, I will give you a 30-day supply. I did the math. They still make money. If you have 5 people purchase, you'll still make money giving away a free one. But then I can say, hey, Kyle, that's 5 customers already. Can we talk about how we make money? So that's the other part with referrals I think people miss. I'm not doing referrals just to get 600 customers. I don't want 600, you know what I mean? I do, but I don't want 600 customers. I'd rather have 10 people get six each, right? So we use our referrals. Heather, I know you just gave me a list of 25 people. I know nine or 10 of those are going to purchase a program just from our history. You know, you're going to tell them how much you love this, how great it is. We're going to have nine or 10 people that are going to purchase. So here's the deal. And we do use this languaging yet. So I would say to Heather, hey Heather, here's the deal. Either you're going to make some money or I'm going to make some money. I don't care who it is. I'm fine either way, but I'd love to show you a little more about what we do. So that's the back end of the referrals is we do try to use that for recruiting pretty strongly as well.
So when do you, that sentence that you just shared right now, like when do you usually share that?
As soon as they give me the referrals. Like if Heather gave me 25, I would tell her that on the spot. I would say, Heather, here's what I know that's going to happen. I know I'm going to get some customer. You know, if you want to put a number on it, great. Some customers, people, some of the 25 are going to buy a program just like you did. She's going to say, well, yeah, that makes sense, right? Heather's, we just went through the presentation. She's buying a program from me. And then she also gave me a list of 25 names that want the health information. But then she ends up buying a program. I'm going to do it right then and there on the spot so that she is already thinking about becoming a distributor. And I'm just saying, I just want 20 minutes to show you a little bit more about what we do. Not real high price, you know, I'm not saying sign up immediately. Let's just talk through it and answer any questions you have. If not, I'm happy. I'm happy taking you, you know, I'm happy having some new customers. Thank you very much.
And this is before you go into um what products they're going to purchase for
No,
themselves.
I would do that. So if Heather hands me so I'm going to flip over, she's in my club. I'm going to flip over the sheet of paper. I'm going to say, hey, Heather, most people give me 25. I'll give you a free mega tea kit, whatever, however we want to do it. I walk away. Maybe I make her a shake. Maybe I just pretend I'm in the office, do something, make myself look busy. I come back. She's got a list of 25. I'm going to thank her and I'm going to say, okay, let's go through. Let's talk about your a program that I would recommend for you based on your answers to your questions and where you're at. So then I would do that. She'd say, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'll buy PDM Formula One. Yeah, I'd let that multi-brand make sense. You know, and she buys whatever she's going to buy. We have programs. We have three different ones that I would present based on her answers. She purchases something because then remember, I said in the beginning, I want to get you to say yes. So I want Heather to agree that you just gave me a list of 25 names looking for that health information. You just purchased a program. So it would make sense that a number of those people you just gave me their names would probably do the same thing, right? I
Mm.
think that's always key is as many times as I can get the prospect to say yes, you know, just like in the beginning. Hey, Kyle, I just gave you all this information. Do you find this health information useful? And he says, yes. Great. Who else can you think of anybody trying to get out to the community? Who else do you know? So I think it's important. So I would tie her referrals now. If Heather buys for me, I'm going to tie her referrals to it makes sense that a handful of these people are going to purchase a program also, right? And, you know, she just did. So I'm feeling like they feel like yes. So then we're going to talk. So I'd love to show you a little bit more about what we do and how we make money.
I love it.
This is, I mean, for some reason we got away from it for a while, and now it is referrals is like that kick in the gut to people. I think where it's just hard to get them back in the thing. But what I just laid out is 100% how we built our Pres team organization and our customers because we did it before the club boom, and it was referrals, getting people, and now as you get them results, obviously, we keep like I said, it's not a I have to train that. It's not a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Asking for referrals, and the better results Kyle gets from me, and the happier he is with me, I want to keep asking him.
Okay, you said this is before the club boom. Is that
All
what you
right, when we hit Pres team, yeah, yeah,
Okay, so but you were in a club.
yes, yep. But
Okay.
we use the
And
club 100%. I always say, Tammy, the reason we're Pres team, she was a bulldog. Every person that walked through the door was booking an appointment to sit down and do a wellness evaluation so we can go through the process. She was that was our sole. We literally had calendars for all of our people that are in the club, operators that call them today. We all had paper calendars on a clipboard underneath the counter. So if Kyle's in my club and a person came in that was attached to Kyle through an invite, I would pull out Kyle's calendar and say, hey, this great news. Kyle's got an appointment available at 3 o'clock on Thursday afternoon to do the wellness evaluation that you get for free. For
Mhm.
just walking into the door today, you get a free wellness evaluation. Good news, he's got an appointment available on Thursday. We would book each other's appointments.
Wow.
Yeah, that our so yeah, we started our club in 2011. That was the sole focus of the club was to
Do
do
wellness.
wellness profiles. Every single person, our mission, obviously they don't all, but in our mind, every person walking through the door did a wellness profile so that we could get them on a program, ask for referrals, and then present the business opportunity.
I love that. Thank you so much. Do you
You
have
bet.
like a presentation where you teach that?
Yes. Yeah, we have it in boards.
Would you be willing to share that with
Sure.
us?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we use our what it's called the wellness profile sheet. And then we just literally, I mean, we're old school. I would literally, if we're in person with Kyle, if I'm with Kyle, I literally take the piece of paper, flip it over. So I'm asking him his questions. I flip it over and I take a pen and I lay it in front of him and say, there. Most
Yeah.
people give me 25. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
I love your language. It's really
we're not
simple.
real high tech.
It's really powerful. In the boards that you're going to be sharing with us, is
Mhm.
that those sentences in there as well? The languaging?
I believe so. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Tammy's continuously updating, but yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Rick, do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you find on that timing, like, and maybe I missed this, maybe you already explained that, but like, is there a timing when you do it? It's like at the end of your eval, or is it after they've lost a certain amount of weight?
Oh, good. Yeah,
Um,
I did. What we tweaked a bit, Kyle, this year is the initial ask is so you come in, my part of our paraphrase it real fast, wellness evaluation. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Do you want to lose weight, gain weight, stay the same? What do you eat for breakfast, and how's your energy level? Kind of talk through those things. And then we give you your magic numbers. So we just use
yep.
the Herbalife magic numbers calculator. Right then and now, after I give you all that info, BMI, protein number, resting metabolic rate, we don't over explain it too much. Now I say, right, that we ask here for the first time now. Because you haven't bought anything yet. I haven't presented this big package to you. You didn't spend money. But I just say, hey, Kyle, would you do me a favor? We're trying to get this information out into the community as much as we can to help people be healthier. Did you find this information useful? You say yes. Great. We would love to get this in front of as many people as you can. So would you do me a favor and give me a list of names of people you think would find this information useful? Most people give us about
Hmm.
25, blah, blah, blah. We'll give you a gift. It just, and I think a lot of it is for the distributor. It feels more comfortable, I think, for them to ask there because you didn't just buy a 500 point package from me. Now I'm asking you for your friends. Give me all your
Hmm.
friends now that I can ask to spend $500. I'm just saying I'm giving you this health information.
Yeah.
Do you see people find it useful? So I feel like it's double benefit there is it's a little less intrusive on on sending your family and friends to spend a bunch of
Hmm.
money. And I think distributors find it easier to ask there because they haven't
Yeah.
done much yet either. And we do try to use the languaging of do me a favor and would you help me out?
Yeah.
Because
Do
people like
you,
to be
and
helped
you
more.
get their name and number of the people?
Name and number. Yep, that's what we asked
And
for. Yep.
so then your message to them is like, hey, Rick sent me, like,
Yes.
gave me your number, said you might be interested in finding out your magic numbers. Would you like to set up a day? Like just something like that?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, I can set that. We have verbiage for sure. I'll call this advanced, I guess. People are a little hesitant with this. Like when I said I was presenting Heather, if Heather bought from me, as I send her away, I would ask her. So depending on how the meeting goes, but if Heather and I are, we spend a little time together, she's buying a program, she's pretty excited. Hey Heather, you gave me all these names as we talk. Some of them are going to buy. Would you do me a favor? Would you let them know I'm to be in contact with them?
Mm,
Now again, I find that's easier for more experienced distributors to do, but
sure.
that definitely helps because now Heather, oh my God, this is so great. I went through this stuff. I loved it. Blah blah blah. This Rick guy is going to be reaching out to you.
Yeah.
That does
And would
help.
and would you say so? Like, let's say you did 10 evaluations. Like, how many people? I don't know. I'm like, this is probably my fear of rejection popping up. But I'm just like, I'm trying to imagine if I were to purchase something like if I were to go get golf clubs or something, and like if someone was like, give me 25 names, I'd be like, no. I don't know. So I'm like, I
Some
don't know.
do.
Do you find that like, I mean, half of them, 8 out of every 10, is it like you're only looking for 1 out of every 10 to do it? I
No,
mean,
I would say, gosh, I don't. I mean, Tammy's really good, so I would say Tammy
yeah, I was
gets.
saying, I like this, hearing this, it sounds brilliant. It just makes me extremely uncomfortable. Like I was trying, usually
Yes,
like I get the, like,
I think you're fearing the rejection. Now, some people give you two,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's fine. I would say, I mean, this is completely off the top of my head, but boy, I bet you 70%, 80% give at
Okay.
least a name or two.
Yeah.
Now, are they all going to give 25? No.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you jumped on there, but I said I train the distributors. Our goal is to average 10
Okay,
per
sure.
presentation.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you will. We have people, Tracy Gallagher. I just met with her. She just did a presentation today. She got 35.
Wow.
So there you will have the overachievers that so the average. But yeah, you definitely will have some zeros for sure.
Do you
Obviously,
give them a gift no matter what? Like if they give you
no,
three
no.
names, you give them
We
a
set a
gift?
number on a gift. So
Oh,
if
okay, gotcha.
whatever you want, 10, 15, 20, whatever, and you
It
can
is
tier it.
interesting because, like, even when you say that, like, I guess if I was buying golf clubs from someone, that was like my recent big purchase I just did. And it, like, I guess if they're like, hey, we'll give you a free box of Pro V1s if you give
I
us
was just
10
gonna say, if
names, I'd be
I'll give you a
like,
dozen golf
yeah,
balls, you
I'll
give
give
me a
you
list
10
of
names
25
for a Pro
names that might
V1s.
like to be fitted, to
Yeah.
have their swing. Because in the golf analogy, you come in and hey, Kyle, come on, jump on this machine. I'm going to analyze your swing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, we're trying to get out in the community and help as many people with their golf game as possible. If you give me a list of 25 of your buddies that would just love to have their swing analyzed, I'll give you I'll give you a dozen golf balls.
Yeah, it's not bad. I like that. When you put
You
it,
would
yeah.
write down
Okay.
25 names.
So you tell them the prize ahead of time then? Like they know what they're getting?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's
Hey, if you
helpful
give
too
me
then.
10, we'll give you, I mean, some people do protein bars, lift off,
Yeah. Okay.
and then give me 25, I'll do this.
Got it. Okay.
It people likes, I mean, honestly, when we started, back in 2011, 2012, Shaker Cup, because we didn't
Yeah.
have lift off then, right? I don't think even lift off was around. It literally was the little $2 Shaker Cup. People love getting gifts.
Yeah. Cool.
And if you do the help me out, I think that verbiage makes a difference.
Yeah.
People like to be helpful, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
True.
they're talking to you, and we're having a good we probably have a relationship or some type of reason we're chatting. So yeah, I think people like that. But we just feel like it just it helps. I think distributors ask more. Our distributors ask more doing it that way instead of, you, like I said, you just bought a $200 program from me, and it's
Yeah.
that's kind of like the Cutco knives or something, right? You buy a $500 knife set. Hey, who else do you know that wants to buy knives? And
Yeah.
or the Kirby vacuums, the $2,000 vacuum. Kyle, tell me who else wants a vacuum. You're like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna have, my friends will kill me if I send them the $2,000 vacuum. But yes, I think also your fear. I think that's why people don't like it, because no, I don't want to.
Hmm.
Now the better, like I would imagine you would do very well with, come on, get out your phone. I know you got a couple names in there. Depending on how you know the person. No, you wouldn't like that?
I don't know. You know what? It's so important. Like I think of like, we always talk about blend, baby, blend, right? Never want to like switch your system, but blend into what you're
Oh
currently
no, for
doing.
sure.
And I'm like, I think where I'm getting caught up is the current way we do people. Um, I don't know. It's like I am meeting someone for the first time. They're not like a regular at the club. Like we do a lot of like, especially with our 6 week challenge, a lot of like Facebook advertising. So we get a lot of cold leads that like they
Mhm.
are coming in to try their very first shake and tea. So in that presentation, I'm trying to imagine like doing that, which I'm like, ugh, I don't know. That feels like a lot. But to the point of like, if someone's coming in all the time and I book a transformation evaluation because they've been coming in 3 days a week for the past 2 months, I'm like, I could feel a little bit normal that way. Like, especially if I was like, hey, I'll give you, I don't know, I would just, I'll give you a month's worth of shakes if you give me 25 names, I don't know, I'll give you anything. So, I guess I could see that. So I think I just got to think of how to blend it into my own system and make it make sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do definitely have to feel it out.
But I like it.
But
I like
that's
it.
where I think doing it without them buying. So even a stranger, then, if you're just giving them some information, I think it's more comfortable to ask, do you know anybody else that would like that information? That's all you're doing.
Yeah, I
Because
think
they may tell you no, they don't want to buy anything, and you just send them on their way, and you got their list, and you reach out to them and go for it. Because think about it, you only need one or two of those people to take an appointment. Your calendar would be so full you wouldn't know what to do with yourself, right? If you did 10 appointments in a month, even, which isn't a lot, get average 10 referrals, that's 100 people. 10%, 10 or 20% take an appointment, you're pretty full. That's what you got to remember too. You're not looking for you don't need massive, I'll call it massive return on your efforts because you kind of get so many.
For me, I don't mind asking. Well, like the way that you're sharing with me right now, I've been practicing asking for referrals and I'm very uncomfortable because I don't know exactly what to say. So, except that one thing that I say, hey, like right after they join the challenge, I say, it's always more fun when you do it with somebody, like, who do you know that would, but it's not like, I'm not saying give me their number. I'm not asking for that. I'm just saying, who do you know that would want to join with you? So I'm asking them to go and ask the person. I'm not asking for
Right. I
referrals.
think that, see, what I would say there is, and we saw, obviously, like I said, we do have people that use that. That's kind of too open-ended. That's kind of like leaving the meeting with, hey, tell me what you think, or let me know what you think. Get back to me when you think, it's like they're not going to, right? And what I would say there is, again, going back to the little hook of making sure they like something first. It's always more fun with friends. Well, I don't even know if they're brand new. I don't even know if this is fun yet. You know what I mean? Like you didn't tee me up where I said before, hey Kyle, did you find this useful? Now, if he says no, it's completely awful and I can't say, this is the dumbest meeting I've ever had. Well, then I would just thank him for his time and send him on his way, right? I wouldn't ask him.
Yeah. So
But everybody says yes because it's helpful, good information, right?
So what I'm hearing you say is that you give them value. The value
Right.
is that you just went over their numbers.
Yeah.
You taught them how much protein they need to eat
Yeah.
and they something that they could actually leave with and
Correct.
utilize.
Right.
Like is that valuable for you? And they're like, yes. And they're like,
Yes.
okay, do you think that other people that could definitely use this
Benefit
information
from
to
this
help
stuff.
them reach their goals?
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Because they could leave with that. They could not buy anything. And at least they know, well, their BMI is whatever. That may or may not mean anything to them. But here's my metabolic or my calorie goal, and here's my protein goal. So they could leave and set up their own program or just try to go to the grocery store and, so I did give them useful information that could help them on their health journey, whatever it may be, without buying anything from me. That's kind of the reasoning behind it, asking there or using that as the
Yeah.
first ask. Because
I think it's genius. And
and
then
now I have some value in them, right?
you say, okay, our goal right now is, to help the community.
Mhm.
Do you feel like these numbers would help, somebody get results? Yes.
Right.
Okay. So our goal is to help the community get healthy.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to help us, and give us 10 people that you believe that can utilize this information
Yes.
that I just shared
Yep.
with you? Yeah.
Correct.
Cool. Well, guess what?
100%.
I have a cup, a shaker cup,
Yeah.
and a lift off like that. And you give me 20 numbers, the shaker cup and lift off is yours. Usually people give us 25, but you do 10 and I'll give you the cup and the lift off, okay? Yeah? Okay, cool. Here's the paper, here's the pen. I'm gonna go make me a tea because I need to get some more energy. I'll be right back.
Right. Yep. Perfect. And you get better as you do it. But yeah, people love to get, and we do find and it's for us, I think we're experienced, we're Pres team members, we have a confidence about us. If you can get your guys to say, most people do 25, like that, for certain people, there's a trigger, they're competitive.
Mhm.
Make it really nonchalant. Hey Kyle, yeah, most people give us 25. You do you though. You figure out what you can handle. Kind of
Yeah,
that way. I'm not
I
saying it
got
that way,
this
but kind of
25.
that mentality of, the good people
So
give us 25, but you just do it. You can give me as many as you want. It's fine.
Rick, if I may, I got a question because I'm like, this is gonna sound, I don't know, this is gonna sound like an odd, but this is like you mentioned, this is the president's team. So like you said you've been doing this for the majority of your time since 2011.
Yes.
And I think we shared last week that most of us are kind of in this like a little bit of stuck feeling where it's like we're trying to get our checks back and everything.
Yep. Yep.
You built president's team with this. If this is an okay thing to ask, like, why do you
Yeah.
feel like it hasn't continued growth? Like, do you think I know that sounds like such a bad question to ask, but like,
No,
is
I'm
it, do you, like,
laughing.
I've been thinking a lot about just like innovation. Like, I don't know if you guys saw like the Nom thread the other day between a few of the guys, like the old school versus new school. And
Yes.
so like, I've been thinking a lot about of just like, what are the things that like we have to do because they're working versus we've always done this, but it might not be working anymore. And like, I don't know. I hope that question makes sense, but
100%. I'm laughing shortly before extravaganza. And I don't know if I shared last week. Our sponsor is Kurt and Cindy O'Connell, Chairman's Club members. And I still meet with Kurt pretty regularly. They're kind of retired, and Kyle, I'm laughing. Kurt and I were on a Zoom 4 weeks before extravaganza, let's say. And we were kind of talking about we're starting to get pretty good results with this. We got new distributors coming in. I'm gonna have a new Get team member here in a couple months. Within a couple months, I
cool.
would say, cutting by the end of the year. So good stuff going on. But you know what? Kurt asked the question. Kurt said, "So Rick, why did we stop doing this?"
Mm.
And I said, "I have no freaking idea." So I'm sorry I don't have this really
Yeah.
philosophical, awesome answer other than I have no clue.
So
Well,
there
and
was a
Kyle, I think
season where
part of
you
it was, I don't know
stopped
if you
doing it
remember, it
though.
was the Preds team meeting in Minneapolis at the LDW a couple years ago. Brooke Kerwin
Uh-huh.
was up.
Yep.
She was talking about clubs and she said, guys, we fell into the trap of the easy money.
Yeah.
And we got away from the basics of what we really built our foundation of our businesses. And we all just started popping clubs with distributors that should not have had them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've had how many? I'm sure everybody's nodding. You had distributors then that went out of business with their clubs because they really, she was right. I mean, just the way she worded that resonated. Like, yeah, that's what we did. So that became so prevalent and easy, I'll call it. And I don't know about, in Hawaii or New Mexico where you were, how you were doing it before, but with us and Kyle saying, Kyle and I are in the Midwest here, we just started popping them up all over. And it was just boom, and they were doing 15,000 volume point, and all of a sudden the club became your supervisor, right?
Yeah.
And you started counting the volume because it was amazing, but the club was kind of the person, and then that didn't work out so good. And then
So
you have a whole group of people that weren't exposed to this,
Yes.
so we're kind of rebooting with the
yeah.
basics. That's what I
Yeah.
feel like we're going through.
Rick,
So
I
what do
have a
you? Oh,
question.
go ahead.
Oh, yep, go ahead.
When it comes to, okay, now stepping into the recruiting part, right? Okay, Rick, I see you said that, what did you say? Um, you said that this would be useful.
Yep.
You said that you bought yourself a program. Do you believe that out of the 25 people that you shared with me, do you believe that there will be people who will do the same, right? Is that kind of what you said?
Yeah. Yes. Now
Can
I'm
you
going to
can
do
turn the
my
volume a
my
little bit
sales
too?
manager. I used to be a sales manager back in the day, so I'm going to use my sales manager trick on language there.
Uh-huh.
Do you believe is too easy to say no. Does it make sense that some of these people would purchase a program too? It might feel the same, but I think language wise, does that feel different to you? Do you believe because you want to try to, if you're asking a question, you want to try to eliminate the possibility of saying no as much as you can, right? Because as soon as you get a no, now you're kind of stuck. So I just, in my head, language wise, hey, Kyle, do you believe this to be true? He could say no, even if he believes it, right? As opposed to, so you just purchased the program, you're excited to get started. Does it make sense that some of these 25 would do the same? I think
Okay.
I think there's a difference there, but whatever you're comfortable with.
No, it does a lot. It makes a big sense. I'm really big on languaging. We
Mhm.
work really close with Coach Wilson, and he's all about how you say it
Yeah.
exactly word for word. So
Right.
we've got that stuck in our head. So after they say yes,
right? Um, do you share with them the business opportunity as far as like the marketing plan
I
or the
I
bullet
don't
points?
find, I mean, if you found the person was really receptive right there, because I've probably been there half hour, right? We probably had them, and I get you started. I like to train, especially with like any one of you, I would say go for it, right? But I'm trying to be duplicatable with the distributor. So I try to separate it and have schedule another meeting, either in person or over Zoom, again, thinking about how you control the environment and the meeting and the information to just, like I said, everybody on the screen here, absolutely, you go for it. But I think for most of your distributors on your team, because we like to try to have that be a three-way as well.
Yeah.
As again, Kyle, I wouldn't say, or any one of you, I wouldn't say that I need to be on it with you. But for our downline distributors, we try to have them incorporate up to a tab team member at least, just to have somebody else on. I feel like having three of us on just creates a different environment than just me and you chatting about this great business, that you actually get to see somebody that I work with. So we
Okay.
try to make it a Zoom or a meeting in person, but we try to incorporate another person. So I would
Another
say
person
let's
meaning
set up another time.
coach or their client, their
No, not they're an upline. One of their
okay.
upline, hopefully first tab team even.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because, tab team's gonna just have a little different.
Okay. So I'm
I do quite a few. Actually, a lot of people ask me and come right up to me. I do quite a few of those. We call them first look sessions as our languaging, but I do quite a few of those for the team. Got two scheduled tomorrow. One with the second level, one with the front level. So I'll go down a few levels even, and if they're not, well, the one I'm doing, the second level I'm doing, her first level tab team isn't terribly engaged.
wow. So
So
many
I'm
questions.
doing a Zoom
Just,
tomorrow
just
with
to
that.
get some clarity, okay?
Yep.
First off, does it make sense that some of these people would purchase two? So after they say yes to that, what's the next step after that?
I love either you can make some money or I can make some money.
Okay.
Sometimes people aren't comfortable with that.
That's how she got started.
Okay. So you're probably comfortable with that then. Or just, hey, so there's a great business opportunity here. Some of these people are going to purchase. I would love to take 20 minutes, show you a little bit more about what we do, and answer any questions you might have. If you don't want to say, like I said, my personality, one of us is going to they're going to buy, so one of us is going to make some money. I'd love to show you what that looks like. But again,
Okay.
I feel like that one, I don't like to script that. I'll train it out loud, but I feel like that's a personality thing for sure. That
Okay.
you don't want to
Okay.
be
And
quite
then
that
next
bold.
question. So after they do that, I'm just trying to get to the point of, do you make the first retail sale with their people? Do you still make the phone calls, or do you wait till the 20-minute call and then reach out with them and their
Great
client?
question. I would try my hardest in that case. When are you available? Can we meet even later tonight? Tomorrow morning, tomorrow. I would try to get that Zoom with you as fast as I can.
Thank
So I would
you.
hold off. I mean, I'm not going to wait a week to contact the referrals, but I would hold off a day or so just to, and we do try to keep it to 20, in those meetings, I literally just go through a little bit about Herbalife, the marketing plan, and then our support structure.
Okay. And do you have them set up the appointment, or do you do it yourself with them?
A distributor?
As far as I'm already ahead. Okay, so
Okay.
they meet up with you for the after the 20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
After they
Oh,
meet
and you're
up,
signing up. Then I would
yes,
have you set up the
sign up.
appointments.
Go ahead, babe. Go, sorry.
Then I would have you set up the appointment. You sign up as a distributor. I would say, great, I'm going to give you this list back. That's your first. Now you've already got some people to contact. Here you go. I'm giving this back to you. Let's roll. Let's here. And we script this out, obviously, then. Here's what you're going to say to them. We're going to set up an appointment. Our system is, I'm going to do the first three with you. I don't know if you guys do. I think Kyle does that. Yeah. So we're going to do the first three with you, train you, blah, blah, blah. Here we go.
So helpful. Thank you.
You bet. You're muted.
Okay, so what was the other thing? Okay, so they become a distributor. Oh man, I was gonna ask you one more thing. Okay, so right now I'm because we have a lot of clubs in New Mexico. And we can train this for any of our teammates that would
Mhm.
like to, learn. Us personally, like when I was in my club, I haven't been in a club for 3 years. When I was in my club, I was very confident. Like if you were sitting in my office, you were going to purchase something because you're here in front of my face wanting something. So I'm going to give that to you. So I was very confident in making sales, signing people up when it was just in my mind. But it's like once you're in the office, it's a done deal. So I can see myself doing that in that type of environment. For me personally, right now, I know me and my wife are going to talk about how we're going to do that because most of our stuff that we do, we're mostly like doing the online thing,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is new for us. It was kind of shunned in our organization of like social media, so but like that's what we are right now. But we do a lot of face to face. So I don't really have a place where I can sit down and feel confident like to hand them over a piece of paper and pen and be like, "Hey, you give me 25 referrals, you get XYZ." And then like I could practice doing that over the phone, like what text me, three people's names
Mhm.
and their numbers, and you'll get XYZ. So me and my wife are gonna have to figure out how we're gonna make it work for our
Incorporate
like
it. Yep.
what we're doing. I
Mhm.
can definitely see myself in a club doing that like easy, like fast, like
The face to face works a lot. I mean, Kyle, you're probably experiencing that with your weight loss challenge. It works a lot better. But unfortunately, this is how a lot of people want to talk too. So this requires a little more practice, I would say. But you can get good at it. It's just tougher.
yeah.
It is the results aren't as strong. So it needs a little more effort. You kind of fine tune because it's easier for Kyle not to give me any or give me less because he's sitting here on Zoom. We can just I can mute and take my video off and walk away and come back, and he's probably watching TV or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or on his
For
phone.
sure, it definitely is tougher to get the higher numbers. But that's where I would say I'll send you a tiki. I'll kind of go to a stronger gift.
Mm, okay.
I'll send you a ticket and those are
Well,
easy to prepackage and
and to the point, I think there's something too, like, a lot of our system right now that we're building and have been building for the last year is a lot based off of like the breakfast budget club model in Europe, right? But one
Mhm.
of the things we ran into is like we loved that model, but like we had our uplines, Pat and Julie, like they tried to copy that model 100% and it didn't work very well, right?
Right.
At least in my opinion, I don't think it worked out. Like it just didn't see the results that it did. So in our mind, we were like, we have to Americanize this model, right? And we tried several different things. So like the point is like, when I'm hearing this, the way our current system works, I don't know if it'd work very well at the transformation evaluation the way we do it currently, but it doesn't mean it wouldn't work somewhere. So I
Right.
think it's like if you're doing on Zoom or whatever it is, it's like maybe it's like after their first weigh-in, maybe it's once they lose 10 pounds, maybe it's like I think there's always, and this is just why we're all president's team, because it's like that entrepreneurial mindset. It's like, okay, I love that, and this is what I'm thinking right now. I love this concept. How do I just make sure I can blend this into my system
Hmm.
so that it makes the most sense? Because if I think I went to my team right now, I was like, hey, we're gonna start getting 25 names, I don't think it'd go over very well. But if it
Right.
was something like, hey, we're gonna have a 10-pound trigger that on the day where someone loses 10 pounds, you use the same line, like, do you find this valuable? If so, give me
For
10 names.
sure.
I'd love to. It's like that might work better. So um
For
I,
sure.
I love that part about this business. It's like I love what you guys are doing. It's like, hey, we're doing a lot on Zoom and a lot. It's like cool. Like, how do we adapt what Rick is saying and make it perfect for our system? I
Oh
love it.
yeah, and
I love this
it's a
mastermind.
continuous process too, right? If somebody keeps getting results, I'm going to keep asking you because the more results you get, the more you like me, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm the greatest coach in the world because you keep losing weight or gaining weight or whatever you're trying to do. I'm going to keep asking you,
Yeah.
to help me out, right?
Right
Absolutely.
now we have, like Kyle was saying, it's like this excitement of like all these people losing weight and stuff like that. So we have like a plethora of people right now, and I'm so thankful that are losing the 10 pounds. We have a few 40 pounders that have lost, you know what I mean, lost 40 pounds and stuff like that. So I do have in my mind those people that I could definitely be like, okay, I'm gonna practice
Yes.
this with you. But I remembered my question. So,
Mhm.
when it comes to following up with the referrals, what do you say? Do you text message them or do you call them?
And you asked that for phone number, and today I was being old school, I was being 2012 there. A lot of times it's Facebook or however they want to be contacted. So when I ask you for referrals, I will ask you, what's the best way to contact them. So now we do get a phone number, maybe a Facebook name, whatever it is. And
Mm.
then we just say that we are trying to help the community get healthier. We shared with Kyle some health information that he found really valuable, and he thought of you. No obligation. We're just getting out in the community and sharing some good health information. Maybe, I'm over at Crave Nutrition, depending on where they are, I would ask you, because he gave me names too. Well, this one's in Indiana. Obviously, I'm not going to invite you to the club. But I would just ask if I could have 15, 20 minutes of their time to share some health information. Now, as experienced as we are, Tammy and I would typically ask Kyle to get a hold of you and let you know we're going to be contacting, so it's not such a cold message. Does that make sense? So I just
Contact.
reiterate what I did and the information I gave, and I would like to, so and so thought of you that this might be helpful for you. So I just wondered if you could have 15, 20 minutes. And we have this scripted, how to contact them. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
And that's on the boards that you're gonna share.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I got a lot of awesome ideas popping through my brain. And where we'll be able to, make this adjustable to what we're doing. And then also help out our distributors that have nutrition clubs right now. Um,
Yeah, clubs, you could just, even if they haven't been doing it in a while, it could become I'm thinking kind of how we started. This is a new benefit. We decided to give a new benefit for being a member. This is why we called them members back in the day, right? You're a member of the club.
mhm.
No, they're not, right? They weren't. We were never a membership, right? But we call them memberships. That was so you could almost do it's like a new program we're offering. You get
Yeah,
this free wellness evaluation just for being a member of the club. This is amazing.
yeah,
Where you could go through if they haven't been doing these in a while, you go through your entire list of people that come in and offer this new thing we're doing just for being a part of our club community. You get a free wellness evaluation. How cool is that?
so cool. I love
You
it.
know that Yeah, I think that's a huge advantage or opportunity if you haven't been doing them a while, just to get club people excited and just boom. Because how many people come in your club? Think about how many different people enter your club that you probably, I mean, even ours that we do this, less than half of them have had an evaluation yet.
Yeah. So, real quick now that Kyle's on, Kyle, do you when with your wellness evaluation, do you do the Brian Mark wellness evaluation? Have you seen that one?
I don't know. I don't think I know the Brian Mark evaluation. So
Okay.
maybe.
So, have you ever done the Brian Mark trainings on the We Do transformation?
Not in a while. Maybe back in a while. We were doing 20 winter challenge for a season, but we didn't do them super long. So
Okay. So, you're not doing the We Do transformation.
no,
No.
no, no. We
Okay.
do. Yeah, we decided to opt for like longer challenges, just a little bit more like in-person community based. So they actually started the 6 week challenges. Actually started as like the first 21 days were the 21-day challenge, and then we just went 3 weeks more, and then we just went kind of old school at the weight loss challenges. So.
Okay. Just wondering because I have not found anybody else that's using the We Do transformation Brian Mark wellness
Mhm.
evaluation. But it's incredible. Like Rick, you said, like it asks questions where people say yes a lot in the wellness evaluation, and it has like the food, the why, the pain point, and it has it all the way to the end. So it's a great wellness evaluation. in the Brian Mark We Do Transformation training. But I have not heard not one person besides me and my wife using it. So I'm just like, is anybody using it? So
Yeah.
I just wanted to see. But we do have 5 more minutes. Is there anybody else that would like to share anything? Any more questions?
I just wanted to share, and only because it might be valuable. So we've been doing this a lot, and I started doing it myself after last week's call. So you guys were like, "Hey, you need to get at least 3 coaches a month." So I was like, "Game on, I can do that." So I got 2 new coaches this last week. Got them started, got them on board, and everything. So I got to go find a third. But I want to share with you guys because this is working really well, and something Rick shared with me just about the royalty thing. That has been working well. Now it's kind of a multi-step process, but we're getting like 100%. Like if I can get someone interested in coaches, and I'll explain why, like they become a distributor, right? So what we've been doing, so we have in our system similar, like what we call a 2 referral trigger. So once they've sent 2 referrals for a 6-week challenge, we have the I can make the money, you can make the money combo, right? Now in our system, because we're kind of copying the Europe thing, we did. So I'm not saying you guys should do this, but we actually stopped doing preferred members in our organization, and we call it like VIP discount now, right? So everybody's retail, and it makes webbing a lot easier. We have to be a little bit more organized with it, but it's working well so far. So basically, in order to get a 20% discount on the products, you have to refer just one person over, right? If you want a 25% discount, you have to refer 3 people over, right? Most people refer 1 to 2 people because, I mean, actually, I'd say 90% of our people refer at least one person, right? So what we do is we call it the 2 referral trigger. And once someone refers their second challenger, it's like, and I literally say, like, I can make the money, you can make the money. Compliment them. And all I do, similar to what he said, is like, hey, if you have any interest at all, I'd love to, and this is usually over text message, maybe in person, but it's like, hey, if you have any interest at all, I'd love to sit down with you and just show you what we do, right? And that's the key, because if they're willing to at least sit down, we call this in our system the in-between meeting. I literally have like just 2 goals of this meeting. I open with a question of like, what interested you? Like you could have said no, but you decided to sit down with me. Tell me why. And it ends, and then I just like might just like depending on like I just talk about their goals, whatever. It can be a very short meeting, but my ending line is this: as I say, okay, great. Sounds like you need some more information. We've got a 20-minute coaches overview. It's pre-recorded online. A 20-minute coaches overview that tells what we do in the business. If I sent it over, would you watch it? 100% of people say yes, right? And then from there, because they sat down, because I sent the coaches overview, I just follow up, and then we do a post meeting where it's like, do you have any questions? No. And because they sent the 2 referrals and they're not signed up as preferred members, part of the cash and the vision in the coach's overview is those 2 referrals become your customers right away. Because I think one of the hardest things in network marketing is getting your first few customers. So it's like a no brainer for the person. It's like, I already love the 6-week challenge. I already love the products. And I'm going to start with 2 clients from the get go. Sign me up. So that's been a 3-step process. So invite, in between meeting. The in between meeting ends with, it sounds like you need more information, online coaches overview, and then we do the post meeting where we sign them up. And that's like, it's working great. And we've been doing that for about 6 months now, and we got lots of growth in the org right now. So just
That
want to share that if that was valuable at all.
Yeah, I would love to if you can send over that 20-minute video, we could watch
Sure.
it.
I'll send it over. I got to do a new one. Like, so the one I've been sending out to people was like our sample that I sent to the team. And so it's like me in a sweatshirt. So it's not the most professional, and I'm probably talking way too fast because I'm practicing talking slower.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have a new one. So I'll send you the one I have. But once we have like the live one, and I will say it is very unique to our system. So it's not like a general coach's overview. Like I don't think like you would be able to just use it because we talk very specifics and how our system works, but it might be valuable to just get the basic information and stuff. So yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
wrap up really quick. Thank you so much, Rick, for sharing your goods. Honestly, I really feel like this is like honestly a game changer for our business. Like I could feel it. I already know it. Me, my wife, I could feel her energy. And so she's excited and I'm excited. So Rick, thank you so much for sharing
Absolutely.
that. Heather, Kyle, thank you so much for being on and contributing as well. And then Heather, as best as you can, right, with everything that you have going on. So the next one, so our homework is not due until September 22nd. But on our next call, I would like to, like go over like if we implemented any of the referrals, or how is it going with our business so far. And then talk a little bit about the questions that are in the for the homework. I'll print that out again, or I'll send that out again in the chat so we can remember what those questions are. And then we could just talk about it, so we can, by the 22nd, we'll all be done with the homework. So that's the goal. We're all be talking about the homework. I am actually going to watch this video again because I don't remember exactly what systems he was Eric Worre was talking about. So he said to utilize, to get a system that we liked from what he said and then implement it. I don't remember what I know. I took notes, but I did not write those things down. So I just want to get that cleared in my mind on what that is, so we can practice intimate. And then also whenever we do talk to Eric Worre, because he is doing really interactive, like I've never seen before with us. So I want to be ready to talk to him when we do the meet up with him again. Does that sound good for everybody? Yeah.
Yes.
Cal? You good? Yeah, okay. All right, so let's take our picture. Yeah, ready. And set. And I know Heather's talking, but we're gonna just go for it. 1, 2, and cheese. All right. God bless you. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you guys next
Have a great day.
Bye.
See ya.